Assalamualaikum everyone. In today's video, we are going to about discuss about the melting points of different organic groups. So, in the previous lecture, I have told to you that we are going to discuss about the all the nine practicals of D pharmacy first year and all of the compounds. For example, benzoic acid, benzamide, urea, thiourea, tartaric acid, salicylic acid, citric acid, cinnamic acid, glucose, fructose, oxalic acid, and sucrose. All the detail of this compounds is shown in my lecture. So I have make only two videos and cover the identification practicals of all of these compounds. So you must have to see the part one and the part two of this video. This is the part two of this video. So now in this video we are going to start the melting point. Okay, so we are going to learn all the melting points of that compound because it is very important. When you are writing the confirmatory test, you have to write up the test for the melting point determination. So therefore you have to learn up, or you have to revise all the melting points of these compound. So now how you can revise? So first, the trick is that the most highest melting point is of tartaric acid, which is 179, approximately is equal to 170. Okay, so and now you have revised the benzoic acid and benzamide. All these have similar melting point. For example, benzoic acid has 121 to 122 amino melting point, and benzamide has 129 melting point. But the difference in the urea and thiourea is very much different, because urea has 132 and thiourea has 180. Now the salicylic acid and citric acid pair is, so salicylic acid has 158, approximately equal to 160, and citric acid has 153. Now if you learn the cinnamic acid is 133. So and oxalic acid has 101. Okay, now you have to leave it. Okay, leave the carbohydrates. So carbohydrates we have 146, 95, and 160. Now I have revised all of these. First, I have told to you that the tartaric acid has what highest melting point, and it is 169. Then we have make a pair of benzoic acid and benzamide, which is what? Yes, you can say with me and learn it. Yes, very good, you are right. Benzoic acid has 121, say 122 melting point, and the benzamide has 190, sorry, 129 amino sorry मेरे मुंह में बार बार अमाइनो एसिड आ रहा है. So melting point. Urea and thiourea has a great difference. And what is the difference? Yes, very good, you answer right. This difference is 132 to 180. Yep. Now we move on to the pair of salicylic acid and the citric acid, and this pair has, salicylic acid has approximately equal to 160, and it is 158, and citric acid has 153. Now cinnamic acid and oxalic acid, cinnamic acid is 133, oxalic acid is 101. Now glucose, fructose, and sucrose is 160, and fructose is 95, approximately equal to 100, and glucose is 146. So now we have learned the melting point of all of these compound. Now we're going to for the functional group detection. So first we are going to detect the functional groups for the carbohydrates. Carbohydrates mean glucose, fructose, and sucrose. So we detect the functional groups, and all the tests for the carbohydrates are same. Okay, now what are these tests? First is the KMNO4 test, then the compound plus NaOH and heating test, then there is compound plus heating test. Another test is the compound plus H2SO4 plus heat, and at the last we have Molish test. So for all of these carbohydrate, whether it is glucose, fructose, and sucrose, you have to write up all of these functional group test. So first is the KMNO4 test. If there is no decolorization, मतलब आपका कलर डिसअपेयर नहीं हुआ है, इट्स मीन सम aldehydic and ketone group is present. So ये वाला टेस्ट आप किसके लिए करेंगे? आप करेंगे ग्लूकोज के लिए, फ्रूक्टोज के लिए. ठीक है, अगर आप लोग दूसरा टेस्ट परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं कंपाउंड प्लस NaOH और उसको हीट कप कर रहे हैं, एंड में अगर ब्राउन पीपीटी अपीयर होता है तो इसका मतलब क्या है कि आपका कार्बोहाइड्रेट प्रेजेंट है। तो ये वाला टेस्ट आप तीनों के लिए करेंगे। कंपाउंड प्लस हीट आप करें, ठीक है, कंपाउंड को लेके उसको आप हीट अप कर रहे हैं। अगर जो है वो बर्न शुगर की स्मेल होती है और साथ ही स्पैचुला के ऊपर लाइट ब्राउन सा कलर अपीयर होता है, तो इसका मतलब ये है कि वो कार्बोहाइड्रेट प्रेजेंट है। सो ये भी आप तीनों के लिए कर सकते हैं। इसके अलावा अगर आप वो कंपाउंड ले लें जो आपको दिया गया है, उसके अंदर आप H2SO4 डाल दें और उसको हीट करें, अगर वो ब्लैक अपीयर हो जाए तो इट्स मीन कि वो कार्बोहाइड्रेट प्रेजेंट है। तो ये भी आप सब के अंदर लिखेंगे। और मोलिस टेस्ट जब आप परफॉर्म करते हैं किसी भी कार्बोहाइड्रेट, तो मोलिस टेस्ट हर कार्बोहाइड्रेट के लिए है। तो मोलिस टेस्ट के एंड में जब आपके पास पर्पल या वायलेट कलर जो है उसका कम्प्लेक्स हाइड्रेट जब बनता है, तो आप कह देंगे कि कार्बोहाइड्रेट आपका प्रेजेंट था। सो यू हैव नोटिस कि फ़र्स्ट टेस्ट के अलावा बाकी जितने भी सारे टेस्ट हैं वो सब कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स के लिए थे, तो वो आप सब इस तीनों में लिख सकते हैं। अब आप लोगों ने इनको याद कैसे करना है, ठीक है। KMNO4 टेस्ट को तो आप करते हैं साइड पे, अभी आप इन सब पे फोकस करें। मोलिस टेस्ट का आप सब लोगों को पता है, आपने बायोकेमिस्ट्री के प्रैक्टिकल में देखा होगा। मैं बायोकेमिस्ट्री की भी प्रैक्टिकल करवा रही हूँ फॉर्म डी के फर्स्ट ईयर के स्टूडेंट्स के लिए, तो आप उसको भी जाके देखें। मैंने वहाँ पर मोलिस टेस्ट और जितने भी कार्बोहाइड्रेट के डिटेक्शन के टेस्ट हैं, प्रोटीन के डिटेक्शन के टेस्ट हैं, वो मैंने अपलोड किए हुए हैं। तो आप मेरे चैनल पे जाके देखें, आपको सारी ये वीडियोस मिल जाएंगी, ठीक है। सो अब हम अपने लेक्चर को डिस्कस करते हैं। तो इसमें क्या है कि आपने इनको याद करना है। पहले आपने कंपाउंड को हीट अप करना है NaOH के साथ, दूसरी दफ़ा आपने कंपाउंड को हीट करना है अकेला, सिर्फ हीट देनी है उसे, तीसरी दफ़ा आपने कंपाउंड को हीट करना है H2SO4 के साथ। और जब आप NaOH के साथ करोगे तो ब्राउन पीपीटी निकलेगा, जब आप कंपाउंड को खाली हीट अप करोगे तब भी ब्राउन निकलेगा। लेकिन इन केस ऑफ H2SO4 आपका जो कलर निकलेगा वो ब्लैक निकलेगा। सो ये बस आपने ब्लैक कलर का वाला याद रखना है, बाकी सब जो है वो आपको याद हो जाएगा। पहला जो टेस्ट था वो KMNO4 का टेस्ट था और उसके रिजल्ट में हमारे पास, सॉरी फॉर दिस, एंड सो KMNO4 के रिज़ल्ट में आपकी नो डिक्लोराइजेशन होगी और आपको पता लग जाएगा कि अल्डिहाइड ग्रुप प्रेजेंट है या फिर कीटोनिक ग्रुप जो है वो प्रेजेंट है। लेकिन जो बाकी टेस्ट हैं जिसमें आप लोगों ने कंपाउंड को हीट करना है H2SO4 के साथ, उसके लिए ब्लैक कलर अपीयर होना चाहिए। तो दूसरा जो टेस्ट है जिसमें आप खाली हीट अप कर रहे हैं तो उसमें लाइट ब्राउन सा कलर होना चाहिए, और NaOH के साथ जब आप हीट कर रहे हैं तो उसमें भी ब्राउन कलर होना चाहिए। सो ये फर्स्ट ग्रुप के टेस्ट थे कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स के लिए। अब हम देखते हैं फर्स्ट ग्रुप के टेस्ट बाकी कंपाउंड्स के लिए, और उसके बाद हम कंफर्मेटरी टेस्ट को डिस्कस करेंगे और फिर ये हमारे सारे प्रैक्टिकल एंड अप हो जाएंगे। ओके, सो नाउ लेट्स मूव टू द नेक्स्ट पेज। So now here the functional group tests are given for some the compound. First I have given the functional group test for all the compounds, okay, and except the benzamide, urea and thiourea. You know very well the benzamide, urea and thiourea, they are neutral for the litmus test. I have mentioned this in my previous lecture. So if you don't have watched this video, go and check this video to see what compounds are neutral in litmus test, what compound are acidic, and what compound are basic. Okay, so now we move on to the next lecture. So except benzamide, urea and thiourea, all the compounds, whether it is benzoic acid, whether it is salicylic acid, citric acid, mean all the acid compound, okay, except carbohydrates. So all these compounds have three similar tests. First is the sodium bicarbonate test, then is the FeCl3 test, and last is the ester test. So how you are going to perform it? First is the NaOH test. So for NaOH, sodium bicarbonate test, you have to require two components. First is the compound which is given to you. Second is the sodium bicarbonate. So add the result of it. When you add them, effervescence take place and there is a evolution of CO2. Carbon dioxide is released. So it means some carboxylic acid is present. Okay. Now second is the FeCl3 test. For this you have to take that compound, assess ammonia, unglaze porcelain pieces and FeCl3. Heat it for 5 minutes and then cool it, and after this you have to notice the yellow colored PPT. So this yellow colored PPT give you that the carboxylic acid is present. Last is the ester test, and ester test you take the compound अल्कोहल एंड H2SO4, ठीक है, अल्कोहल लेंगे और H2SO4 लेंगे और हीट अप करेंगे इसको, और अगर एंड में फ्रूटी स्मेल प्रोड्यूस होती है एस्टर, तो फ्रूटी स्मेल हमेशा इंडिकेट करता है दैट सम काइंड ऑफ एस्टर इज गोइंग टू प्रेजेंट इन इट, सो यू हैव डिटेक्ट दैट some kind of carboxylic group is present. So these three tests is for all the acids which are given to you in the syllabus, whether it is benzoic acid, salicylic acid, citric acid, tartaric acid, ornithine, I'm so sorry, oxalic acid, and whatever it is, okay, cinnamic acid also. Now we have a test for the benzamide, urea, and thiourea. These are the three compounds whose tests are different. Okay. Now, first we not the test for the benzamide. For benzamide, you have hydrolysis test, NaOH test, and second is the soda lime test. Okay, so for hydrolysis test, what you have to you have to take 4 to 5 pills of KOH in the form of petlets, so you have to take them, and 5 to 4 drops of water and ethylene glycol and this compound. So you have to now you dip the pH paper into this solution, and if it turns blue, it means some amide group is present, and you know very well the benzamide has amidic group in it. Now the second thing is the NaOH group. So for the NaOH, you will take the compound and dissolve it in NaOH. If the ammonia is going to evolve, okay, if the ammonia is going to evolve, this means amide group is present. Last test is the soda lime test, and you will take compound and soda lime. If ammonia or NH3 evolve, it means the amide group. So main thing you have to remember for the detection of amide group, you have noticed that ammonia and H2 gas is usually evolved, ठीक है, in two tests for in the NaOH test, and the third test is the soda lime test. So in both of these tests, ammonia is going to release, and which is going to detect your compound is what, yes, amide group. But in the hydrolysis test, this is so difficult, much difficult, because in this compound you have to take 4 to 5 platelets of NaOH, you have to take water drops, ethylene glycol, and this compound. If the pH paper turn to blue, this amide group is present in you. Now the functional group test for the urea. For urea, you again have to take NaOH compound, NaOH plus heat. Litmus paper turn to blue, it's mean amide group is present. So urea also contain the amide group. So this test is again performed for your urea. Now the times for the thiourea. For thiourea, you have to perform KMNO4 test. No decolorization means the compound is unsaturated, and you know thiourea is unsaturated. NaOH test means compound plus NaOH. If NH3 release, it means amide group is present. Same test for the urea repeats here. Now at the last, you will take the compound plus HCl. If nitrogen evolves, it means this is the thio compounds. This and this, both of these tests are essential, so you must have to learn it, because you have to indicate the thio group, that your thio group is present, and for urea this test is sufficient, and for the benzamide you have to remember all of these three tests. So now I have to remember you all of the things which I have taught to you. So first we have taken that the functional groups test, and we have learned about it that for the functional groups, so the carbohydrates, you have to take some tests. So first test is the KMNO4 test, and in this test so if the decolorization occur in the case of a KMNO4 test, it mean that you have aldehyde group present. Okay, and if your compound is now the second test for this compound is, so the second test is your, and you have to heat up the compound with the NaOH, and second you have to heat up the compound with NH2, sorry, H2SO4. So for H2SO4, the black color appears, and third test is that you have to heat up the compound, and you will see that the light brown colors appear, and the third test is the presence of NaOH and the light brown colors appear, it means the carbohydrates is present. Last test is the smallest test, and it is violet color ppt appears, it means that your carbohydrate is going to present. Now the functional group test for all of the compounds, three tests हैं हमारे पास. First is the NaOH test, sodium bicarbonate test. So there is afference of carbon dioxide, which is going to indicate that your carboxylic acid is present. Second test is the FeCl3 test. For this test, you have to take compound essence of NH4, unglazed porcelain pieces, and third is the FeCl3. Yellow color PPT indicated carboxylic acid is present. Ester test. For the ester test, you have to take compound, alcohol, H2SO4, and then heat up, produce. Fruity smell of ester is produced, and this fruity smell indicating you that some kind of acid is going to present in it. Last is the functional group test for the benzamide and urea and thiourea. The NaOH test is similar in the all of the three tests, that you have to take compound, NaOH, heat up, ammonia revolves, means amide group is present. Now, for the thiourea, two other reactions are present. For example, KNO4 decolorization occur. It means what? Yes, अनसेचुरेटेड कंपाउंड इज प्रेजेंट. बट आई थिंक ये वाला टेस्ट आपको यहाँ पर नहीं लिखना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये अनसेचुरेशन का टेस्ट है. आप ये वाला यहाँ पर मेंशन ना करिए, ठीक है. आपने सिर्फ ये दो मेंशन करने हैं, एक तो NaOH वाला और दूसरा आपने मेंशन करना है दैट कंपाउंड प्लस HCl नाइट्रोजन इन्वॉल्व, इट मीन थायो कंपाउंड इज प्रेजेंट. लास्ट यू हैव टू डू द टेस्ट फॉर द बेंजामाइड. हाइड्रोलाइसिस आप करेंगे, NaOH का टेस्ट करेंगे और सोडा लाइम का टेस्ट करेंगे. और उसके बाद अमोनिया के लिए हमेशा क्या होगा, या तो पीएच पेपर ब्लू में टर्न होगा या फिर अमोनिया रिलीज होगी. सोडा अमाइन टेस्ट में भी अमोनिया रिलीज होती है. सो दिस वाज द टुडेज लेक्चर. इन द नेक्स्ट लेक्चर वी विल गोइंग टू डिस्कस अबाउट द confirmatory test for all of these compounds. So I hope that you will like this video. I will mention this confirmatory tests in this lecture. I have make the plan and that I will include this confirmatory test in this lecture, but unfortunately I cannot. So therefore the confirmatory test will be discussed in the part 3 of this lecture. So if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and like my video. Please press the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Allah Hafiz.